All right, everybody, it's time for another monthly unboxing from Vinegar Syndrome. I'm super excited. I got my Tammy the T-Rex shirt on so you know what time it is. I also recently ordered that Cthulhu Vinegar Syndrome hoodie. I'll show it up here. Badass. That thing's awesome, and I really wanted it. Now that I'm looking at their site all the time because I'm a subscriber, I tend to see a lot more of their clothing than I did before when I would just pop in or when I would hear movies were coming out. I'm more there. They're getting more of my money than ever before. Is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Vinegar Syndrome, you know, call me, you know, give me some of this stuff. I'm just kidding. Anyway, let's get into these titles. One, I will be doing a full 4K review probably later this week. At some point, I want to dive into it and see what it's all about, and I've got some other stuff to do before that, but I do want to get into it. So the first title we have here, Singapore Sling. I have heard about this movie, but it is one that I have actually never seen before. So we'll give you a brief synopsis so you can kind of see what it's about. On a dark and stormy night, mother and daughter, a wealthy pair of psychopathic killers with a penchant for murdering their servants, happen upon a badly injured man laying dying in the mud. Bringing him home to their opulent villa, they begin nursing him back to health, naming him Singapore Sling in the process. As soon as he is well enough, the twisted duo begins subjecting him to every manner of torture imaginable. But as each of them develop their own unique interest in their mysterious victim, a perverse love trial begins to unfold, leading to shocking revelations. I have heard things about this movie. It is in black and white. I am very interested to see what this movie, and maybe it's like a morbid curiosity, but I'm very interested to see what this movie is. The next two are Spectres and Maya. So we've got a twofer this month. So Spectres from 1987. Whilst excavating the catacombs at an archaeological site in Rome, a team of researchers make an astonishing discovery when nearby drilling work in the subway system causes a well to collapse, revealing a passageway leading to a series of Hirotu, is that what it says? Hirotu unexplored tunnels? Delving deeper into the subterranean labyrinth, the team uncover a cavernous tomb filled with ominous inscriptions, as well as a strange, unidentifiable skeletons and a crude sacrificial weapons. Little do the archaeologists realize that they are uncovering this burial chamber long since sealed off from the world that has unleashed an ancient evil intent on wreaking bloody havoc. So that's Spectres. Then we've got Maya from 1989. Lisa, a young woman from New York, arrives in a small Mexican seaside town to identify the body of her father, a researcher into Mayan culture, who has been brutally murdered in a sacrificial-style killing. Determined to uncover the truth behind her father's death, Lisa decides to stay in town, where she learns about the local folklore and superstitions with the help of Peter, a young American and friend of her father. As more people are found dead, all slaughtered in a similarly gruesome fashion, and the town's celebrations of the dead loom, could the legend of the vengeful and bloodthirsty Mayan king returning from the dead prove to be true? These seem super cool and weird and right up my alley. I like this duality of this case. I think this is pretty cool. Also, this, which I'll show off, I didn't show it off with the other one, actually has alternate art on the back. So it's pretty cool because it just kind of, you can have the Maya art or you can have the Spectres art. So I think that's awesome. I think that's really cool. I actually really like the Maya art. So we're going to flip that bad boy around so we see that. And I think that's pretty cool. I think it's a juxtaposition there when you open it, and it's got different art. Anyway, let's get into the one that I am most excited for, the one that I am happiest is finally coming to 4K. That is Dr. Terror's House of Horror. Suspense that claws at every fiber of body and soul. So let's show this thing off. Amazing artwork here. This looks fantastic. Back and front. I actually was kind of sad that this wasn't like a hard shell case, but we can't always get what we want. So there's the front of that. Back is the same. This does have alternate artwork, so I will show that off there. So great, it's just the back cover, so I think that's pretty cool. You can decide if you like the front or the back cover, and you can decide at your pleasure. Doing a lot of Paramount stuff lately. This MGM and Paramount marriage between them and Vinegar Syndrome is pretty awesome, and we're getting a lot of cool stuff. I'm gonna be doing a full 4K review for this, so if you really wanna know how the video, the audio, all that stuff is, definitely subscribe for that and hit the bell because we will be doing that. What this movie is about, if you've never seen it or heard about it, 5 men, all strangers, board a carriage on a train from London to the town of Bradley, where they're joined at the last minute by a mysterious black-clad older gentleman who introduces himself as Dr. Shriek, German for terror, as he informs them, bearing a stack of tarot cards. Dr. Shriek claims to have the ability to read fortunes, and although some of the group are initially skeptical, it's not long before the fellow passengers are asking him in turn to relate what the future holds in store. What follows is 5 fiendish tales of terror as the Doctor reveals the various dreadful fates that are to befall his traveling companions, which include bone-chilling encounters with werewolves, killer plants, voracious vampires, and other manner of horrors. This is pretty great. This has Roy Castle in it. It has Peter Cushing in it. It's got Christopher Lee in it. So star-studded horror cast here. It's an incredible thing. It's a cool little anthology movie. It is fantastic. We will talk more in the full video, but pick this movie up. If you pick none of these up, this is the one you pick up. But anyway, that's a subscriber unboxing for this month. So thanks for stopping by. Those of you who do, I know this is not a review or anything, so it does do not as well as the other ones, but I just kind of like showing off them. So if you're interested in seeing what you get every month, and then obviously doing reviews on the ones that I'm super interested in. So if you like what we do here, consider becoming part of the collective for this and more. If you really like what we do here, I do have a Patreon. It's $2 a month. Nothing fancy over there. I just get to do some different off-the-cuff stuff that doesn't really work for the YouTube channel that I have. It's not reviews or anything. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's just talking stuff. So I just started it, so I'm just doing small stuff there. It just mainly helps support the channel in a different way than YouTube does, because YouTube takes everything. But anyway, that's all I've got. I'm going to link some videos for you at the end as always, and I'll talk to you guys in my next 4K review.